Taz Flash here, and sorry about the brief cutoff on the last video. I was no longer alone in the park, and I just figured I'd end the video there and pick it up with a new one. Got a lot going on in my life. A lot has happened. A lot has changed. It showed me who my real friends are, who I could really trust. And most importantly, it showed me that I gotta stop depending on everybody else and just do me. Should have done that all along, but I didn't. I let the world make me feel like I wasn't good enough to do this on my own. I got news for the world, though. I am good enough. I'm a strong-hearted man, strong-minded, intelligent, artistic, creative, and loving. All the traits I need to get by in this world, without being the grimy douchebag y'all want to be. I am who I am, and I'm not going to change that or mold that into any fantasy y'all have about who I should be. Because I'm happy with me. And as soon as I get all those nasty habits that y'all drilled into my head about me not being good enough, I'll be so much better off. So much better off. Just like you guys will be. The second you guys stop putting your problems on everybody else and take accountability for where you went wrong in that situation. I'm doing my best. I ain't perfect. I ain't never gonna be perfect. I don't want to be perfect, because too many of y'all out there think you're perfect. But you're worse off than me. Running around screwing your family members and screwing your friends and judging everybody as if you're so much better off than anybody else. News for you. Nobody is better than anybody. We're all just a bunch of confused souls going through life trying to find our niche in this world. Some of us fail, some of us succeed, and some of us, no matter what we do, we're always doomed. That's the truth of the matter. Just because you got a place, or you own a company, or you got a big bankroll, that doesn't put you any better off than anybody else in this world. Financially, yeah, and it definitely gives you a better lifestyle, but you're empty. You're sitting there giving your life value because of what you got, material-wise, in this world. The greater things in this world ain't about the material items. It's about people coming together. It's about people having each other's back. It's about the connections that you make in this world. It's about the impressions you leave behind. Everything you do affects everybody. Just like the butterfly effect, where you throw a pebble in the water and it ripples out. Nothing you do is just gonna affect you. Some people out there want to kill themselves, and they slice their wrist, and they think, oh, well, I'm just taking myself out of the world. I'm not hurting anyone but me. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. You hurt everybody that loved you. You hurt everybody that could have loved you in the future. You hurt your chance at finding real love, having a family, moving up in the world, being happy, true happiness. It doesn't come from something you could buy in a store or $1,000 you pay to your landlord every month or $800 car note every month. These things don't make you happy. They make you a little more comfortable. But if you're not happy with yourself, none of those things will ever make your life happy. So you look inside yourself. Not inside me. Because I look inside me. And I see a mess. But I see, y'all probably thinking Cool Runnings line right now. I see a badass mother that won't take nothing from no one. That's how I feel lately, but no, that's not where I'm going with this. I see a nugget of gold. A diamond compressed from years of unneeded crap. And I put a lot of it on myself. Worrying about what everybody thought of me. Worrying about if people are going to like me. Worrying about if I'm going to find love in this world. Or am I going to die alone? Truth is, it doesn't matter. You'll never find out until you let go of your insecurities and bring the real you to the surface. I'm doing my best, people. I'm doing my best to bring that guy back. There was so much about me that I let go of because this person or that person exploited it as a weakness or treated me like crap because they felt it was a weakness and they gave me hell for that part of me. I realize now I've gotten a lot of hell for who I am because people are genuinely jealous that they can't just trust openly. They can't just give openly. Something stops them because they've been hardened. They've been hurt. They've been treated like crap too, and they let the world and the drama take a toll on who they are deep down inside. I've done it. I'm not speaking to y'all out of ignorant bliss trying to talk like I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from experience, people. I'm 23 years old. Next month I'll be 23 years old. And my whole life I've had the best heart for the world. The world ain't had the best heart for me. It's 'cause I care too much, people. I want everyone to feel beautiful hearted. I want everyone to feel loved by me. I want everybody out there that has never felt love from somebody to feel it to some sort of degree in their life. Because without love, life is just drifting along from one drama to another drama. What are we doing, people? Why do we drag from one situation to the next, never giving ourselves the time to walk away and get back to here? That's what I've done. I've pulled myself away from the worst period of my life, the worst chapter of my life. And I've given myself a second chance to thrive as me. And I'll be damned if I let anybody decide how that's going to be, who that's going to be, or what I'm going to do to get there. I'm going to do it my way, not everybody else's way. Because doing what everybody else thinks I ought to do ain't worked for me. Because they walked different paths. And what works for the goose doesn't always work for the gander. Yeah, it's old, it's cliche, but it applies. What makes you think that because your roommate smokes crack, that it's going to make your life any better? Oh, because he's functioning and he could hold a job and only do it on the weekends? That's bullshit, people. You have the opportunity to decide what you accept in your life. And so do I. It's my God-given right to decide what I'll accept. And it's time to stop accepting everything so that people will like you. I'm not just saying that to you guys. I'm looking right at myself in the eyes right now in this video, and I'm telling myself that as well. Because you guys aren't the only ones that need to hear that. I do. It matters what you let people force into your life. Because eventually, it's just somebody that doesn't respect you. Then it's just a friend that's stolen from you, but you've forgiven him. Then it's someone you put all your trust in and decided to take that and run your life because they think they know you so well that they could turn you into a dependent of them. Taking your independence away and your say in your life away. It doesn't work that way. You can't come up and you can't be happy. One, if you're not happy with yourself and don't love yourself. And two, if you let everybody else pull your strings. I got no more strings to pull, people. It's just me. Raw, unadulterated Taz. Yeah, you don't like that. Bye. Just like everybody in Florida that didn't like me standing up for who I am. Me walking away from being a junkie with them. Y'all want to hate me. But it doesn't matter anymore. Because look at this. Look at this panorama view here I've got. Can any of y'all there in Florida say you could walk to a park and see that view? I don't think so. I don't think so. Why is that? Not just because it's winter and it doesn't snow and the seasons, the colors, and the nature doesn't change there. It's not just that. It's not because I'm in Colorado and there's mountains and more decent people. Well, it is part of the fact that there's more decent people up here. It's got nothing to do with your environment. It's got everything to do with what you allow in your environment. What you allow people to place on your heart, and what you allow people to make you think about yourself in a bad light. You could be a serial killer up here and still never act on that. because you would rather be this guy, not that guy. I struggle every day, y'all. I've got multiple personality and a lot of other stupid psych issues that mess with my head every day. Make me think I'm less than I am without the help of you guys. So I don't need help with it. I'm down on myself enough about every little thing that I've done. Even when my friends had come to me and told me, oh, that's no big deal, just let it go. Why are you worried about this? Why am I worried about this? Because if I don't, nobody else will. Because if I don't, I'm going to do it again. Why do I need the added stress of everybody else out there telling me how to live, how to be, how to talk? There was a time in my life where everybody loved who I was. Everybody begged me not to change a thing. But the second I got into my first relationship, everything that everybody had ever said was good about me turned into a negative thing. How does this happen, people? How come being an entrepreneur when I was 8 years old, braiding stuff and selling stuff at my school, with permission, I wasn't doing this behind the school, and I wasn't getting cash, I was getting school points so I could get stuff out of the school store. But when did it become a bad thing to be an individual? To think differently than the rest of the world? This country was built on people like that, people. This country was built with people that had crazy ideas. Like freedom of speech. Which we've got none of because everybody wants to drown each other's freedoms out with what they've got to say. Freedom of religion. Everybody is too busy trying to convert each other, and nobody wants to accept each other, regardless of all that. You think God or Buddha or whoever, Zeus, whatever you believe in, any of them want us to be sitting here fighting with each other? If you believe that strongly in a religion, it's because there's something there that says that if you follow that religion, your life will be better. And so you follow that path because it makes you happy. Again, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. You force things on the world, and you make the world miserable, and you make people that want to be free and happy and love the world go off into their shell and hide who they are because so many people told them they're not good enough. It's enough. It's enough putting all your blames on somebody else. Same here. I am learning to follow my own advice on this one. Stop worrying about everybody else. Worry about you. And if you get a chance to help somebody out, don't do it expecting something out of it. Oh, well, I did this and I did that. What do I get? You get the satisfaction of knowing you did something for somebody. My buddy Monk Jazzpan opened up his home. He could have lost his place because he's not supposed to be having nobody living there. Every weekend when I was homeless in Florida, I had a warm spot to sleep because he knew what the streets was doing to me and that I needed that 3-day retreat away from my life or I was going to lose me. And he opened up his home. And when things got even worse, that last month, he let me stay the whole month. He never asked for a damn thing back. And when I tried to offer it, he turned me down. I had to go get him 3 birthday/Christmas presents this last 2 months because he wouldn't accept anything for me to show I appreciated him. So I did it in the form of gifts. That's between me and him. We don't have to get into all that. And I hope I don't piss you off by saying all this, Dewayne. Monk Jazz playing. I wasn't supposed to say his real name. Sorry about that too. He did it because he saw somebody with a good heart that really needed a hand in this world. Really needed to get away from the bullcrap that I was going through. And he threw everything he had that he could spare to help me. And if it wasn't for people like him and our friend Hula and Cliff, who let me come and take over his space for the last month or so of my stay in Fort Lauderdale and become part of his life to get away from my life of the crap that I had. Some of it was started and built because of other people and their addictions. Some of those addictions caused by me. Some of those situations I had to get away from were definitely my fault. But I apologize for none of it. I apologize for getting the 2 people hooked on Molly. And I apologize to myself for getting myself involved with it. I do not apologize for ratting on Fat Boy for stealing that phone. I don't apologize for helping Paisan's girl find out what he was doing behind her back. I do not apologize for disappearing on everybody when I decided enough was enough and did whatever I could to get the hell out of the situation. Just like you guys should have. But what are you doing now? The same thing. I guarantee it. Pissing in public, sleeping behind dumpsters, banging needles into your arm and saying fuck everybody else as if it's their fault you're where you are. No, it's your fault you are where you are. It's your fault you've gotten there. Just like it's my fault I got that far. You can't tell me for 1 second that there's not a tiny glimmer in each of your hearts that doesn't already know this. Do something different. Go into your closet and grab clothes that you've never worn before, or you haven't worn since high school, that you'll never wear again, that no one in your family would dare wear. It doesn't matter. People in need that stuff. I've seen so many people take stuff like that and blankets and hygiene stuff, just throw it away. Just throw it away. And then when you see one of us homeless walk around the corner and pull it out the dumpster, you want to call the cops on us because we grabbed the blanket that you didn't no longer want. But there's nothing wrong with it. Some of this stuff is still in packaging, people. Who buys a $50 bed set never opens it, and throws it away, and then calls the cops on somebody for pulling it out the trash so they can stay warm during the winter. That's crazy. You didn't want it. What makes you better and more important than the person out there trying to get their life back together? And yeah, I agree. Most of the homeless people aren't trying to get their life back together. But why is it everybody out there's got to be compiled into this dynamic of people that don't give a crap about nothing but their next high? Listen to me. I've went to bat in Fort Lauderdale. I was in homeless ministry. I joined a church. I got off the streets, and I was feeding the same people I was homeless with. That sort of thing puts things in perspective like you wouldn't believe. To go from living with these people and being screwed over by them and being held back by them draining everything you had with their bullshit street rules that you don't have to live by. You live by your rules. Just because a bunch of douchebags that sell drugs in front of the library and live in tents say, oh, well, we do things this way, so you're going to do it that way, or you're going to be our target. Just because that shit goes on doesn't mean that you have to stoop down to that level. You got a heart of your own, a mind of your own, and a conscience of your own. And if you want to sit there and complain about what other people are doing, you better damn well make sure you're doing right first. Not just think you are, really take a deep look inside. Are you really doing right? Are you really loving as many people as you should? Are you doing what other people that are causing the problem are doing? And spitting in the less fortunate's face so that they can come up. Be honest with yourself. When was the last time you took something out of your fridge that was going to go bad if it wasn't eaten by the next day and decided, oh, well, I got to feed my family tonight and none of them are going to eat this. I'm not going to eat this. No, what would you do? Most of y'all would throw it away. Me, I would grab that. And I'd go find somebody on the streets that I don't know. And I would make a friend. I'd find out what's going on in that person's life. What got them where they are. I would feed them. I would sit and talk with them, and I would find out if there was anything else I have extra that I can spare for them. Then I'll go home, and I'll grab a jacket, a blanket, a whole outfit, 3 outfits, don't matter. Underwear, hygiene stuff. I'd hook that person up. Complete stranger, who gives a crap? That's what's wrong with this world. You guys walk past strangers like everybody is scum until you get introduced by somebody else. Everybody's scum but you. Or everybody's a target to get what you want. This is not how the world should be, people. Love each other. Help each other. You see someone struggling to get across the street in a wheelchair? Don't just walk past them and let them get hit by a car. And don't just, oh, well, the light turned green and there's a wheelchair in front of me, so let me just go. Fuck it. They're homeless. They're in a wheelchair. They got nothing to live for. So I'm just going to go. Or crossing the street with them, and you see them struggling, and they look up to you with genuine pain and struggle in their eyes, and you shrug your shoulders and you just keep on walking like, life is so great. I don't have to put up with anything, 'cause I'm the shit. Bullshit. You're not the shit, you're a shit. A big steaming pile of shit. And I don't care if I get demonetized for this video or the last one. Everybody should know who I am and what I stand for. Because when I was in school, everybody knew. And not by me expressing it. I didn't have to jump down people's throats and force people to hear me back then. Everybody just took one look at me and knew what I was about. Knew that I would never cheat on a girl, which I have. Knew that I would never steal anything from a friend or a family member. I wouldn't even steal from a store. Still don't. I stole a pack of Skittles, freaked out, and went and put them back when I was like 7, 8 years old. And then when I was like 19, I ate a whole bunch of honey buns in the store because I was living in a halfway house. They only fed us one meal a day, and it was really freaking small servings, and I have hyperglycemia. If I don't keep my weight above 130, I start having hyperglycemic episodes where I get dizzy and I pass out from the smallest little things. It's just like diabetes, except for with diabetes, you eat sugar and you're going to have that problem regardless of what your weight is. You could be skinny like me and have diabetes and just eat one cookie and wind up in a diabetic shock for it. Me? I have to carbo load every day to keep my weight above 135. Or guess what? I walk across the street one day and pass out in the middle of the walkway and get hit by a car. Is this your problem? No. But if anybody out there was a decent person and knew this was going on with a homeless guy in their community, they would do what I would do. Feed that person. Find out what you can do to help. Just judge them and make them feel like crap about themselves. What good is that? You're just making the world worse for people beneath you. And keeping them beneath you. I want to see everybody come up. I want to see everybody happy. And I want to see everybody loving everybody as best as I try to. Not so much you guys gotta do like I do, but every once in a while it wouldn't kill you. Go out there. Doesn't even have to be a homeless guy.